Nope.
We should have had birthday cake for Peter. Anniversary.
It's all week. Are we ready? Ready?
We're live.
Oh, we're live now?
Yep.
Hi, people. Hope you're having a great Thursday. It's Thursday, June something, 8th maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Welcome to Flosstube number, because I don't know what Flosstube number it is. We have a lot to talk about today. It's been 3 weeks since we've been here. I can't remember why we missed last week. Why did we miss last week? Peter's behind the camera. He's ignoring me, but he's behind the camera. And we have quite a peanut gallery in the back.
Do we have new peanuts in the gallery?
We have new peanuts in the gallery. My daughter Allie's come to work for us for a little bit.
Motion quilting foot. Wasn't that the one you did?
No, it was a darning. You keep talking about free
I know, well,
motion.
because we tried to make it that.
I'm still working on it. 7 millimeters.
No, she's
No.
But I interrupted
She's doing a temporary project that all the rest of us didn't want to do, so we talked her into doing it. So she's behind Peter, and she might make some rude comments. Who knows? Okay, we have a lot to talk about.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, I have got, what I'm working on right now, I was kind of messing with, was a Q-snap frame with a new embroidery that I'm just kitting up that we're all doing, and I am sorry I don't have a color. I was going to grab a colored copy of it and I forgot. But I want to show you how to put Q-snap frames on. And I want to tell you, it's called, I don't know what it's called. Oh, I'll get that in a minute and I'll tell you. I use Q-snap frames a lot because they're kind of lightweight and they don't put creases in your fabric. But we're starting this, oh, it's upside down. We're starting this. There's going to be several of us doing this. I think there's 6 pieces that need to be embroidered on, and it's going to be a banner. So we had Paige, one of the girls out front. She works on our sewing machines. She traced these with friction pins, and it's just on a piece of muslin. But the problem was, at the time, I forgot to have them put interfacing on the back. There's, as you can see, if you can, there's a piece of lightweight interfacing. If you're ever embroidering or anything on lightweight fabric, you might want to stick a piece of fusible interfacing on the back. Well, she hadn't done that, and she'd already traced all the patterns on. Friction pins are no, you can iron the pattern off, and it's like, well, I can't put the fusible on because it's going to iron the tracing off of there. But then Paige said, because she's kind of thinks, I don't think the way Paige does, I could iron the interfacing on. This whole design would be gone, but if I stuck it in the freezer, it would be back. And it worked. It worked. I went in there on Tuesday and ironed the interfacing on. My design was totally gone. It wasn't there. And then I stuck it in the freezer for a few minutes. It's about 5 minutes. And took it out, and there it was back.
Wow.
So that's a fun little trick. But anyway, I want to show you how I put the Q-snap. I didn't have a Q-snap frame home, so I went and bought one in the shop. Bought one? Well, no, I went and got one out of the shop. Anyway, when I'm doing lightweight light fabric, I always snap my Q-snaps on like this. It's backwards. That way, when I'm grabbing the Q-snap, I'm grabbing it on the back side. If my fingers touch anything, it's usually touching the back side of the fabric. You don't get fingerprints and hand oils and things on there. So that's what I was doing before Peter started. Well, I guess he might have been filming. But anyway, that's how I'm getting ready. So I've got all the floss and things. I just want to show you real quick. I can't show you the main thing, but here's the flosses it's going to be. All DMC. So we've got some DMC flosses. Some of them I haven't got on my bobbins yet. And I will tell you what the pattern is in a minute. We'll stop a second and I'll go grab the front of the pattern. So that's the first thing I just kitted up for later. Okay, I'm gonna jump around a little bit because that's just my
That's your style.
Yep. So this was from a couple of weeks ago. I showed you the finished project, and then I went and had it framed, and I picked it up, and here's America. It's by Blackbird Designs. It's a retired pattern. It is on the secondary market. I have loaned my pattern out once already since I finished, and I love it, love it, love it. So I get to take it home now and put it up in my patriotic bathroom. So there you have it. That one took a while to do because it's full coverage, but it was fun. It was fun to do. So that's done. And I also had finished February from Cottage House Needleworks. And this then I got framed and I put it in kind of a swirly frame. And it's going to go to Florida because it's February and we're in Florida in February. So I'll use this to decorate my mantle. We have a fireplace in Florida if that's not special. I don't know. We've never used it. Never. We've been there 8 or 9 years and we've never turned it on. But there's that. So I have 2 fully finished. I told you about my kitted one. Okay. Here's a finished one, but it's got to be. This is something that Virginia was doing. It's called Ma Bunny Pincushion from the Birdhouse Patchwork and Designs. This is out of Australia, but we have this pattern in the shop. And then here is, between Virginia and I'm going to put the pattern down. Virginia did the little stitching on there. And then she appliqued those 2 bunnies and the little bluebird. And this morning I went ahead and put the 4 panels together, and we're doing the Franken stitch on the bottom. I haven't finished this up yet, but I'll put a little bag full of walnut shells just to give it some weight. I'll do that when I get home tonight. And then it sits. You stitch a little piece of wool on the bottom of it. I'm not sure if that's just to cover up the Franken stitch. But there's going to be our little pincushion in a couple of days when I have time to finish it. So that's almost finished. That's me and Virginia's project. Then I have this one that's almost finished. This is Calendar Crates June. Stitching with the Housewives. I finished stitching it last week, and then went ahead and I've got it on a piece of sticky foam core. It has the sticky on the back, and I went ahead and put my applique pins in around the edges so that it's nice and tight on there. I bought a frame, and I've been painting it because it was like purple lavender color, and I didn't have a white one, and I wanted a white one. So it's going to take me like 4 or 5 coats, but I'm going to antique the frame and get that all done, and then this should be ready. It's kind of busy right now. I don't know why, but I'm like busier than a 1-arm paper hanger. So I don't know when I did put 2 more coats on it this morning, but I don't know when I'm going to get it finished and antiqued, and I've got that ready, my little library card, and so that's almost ready to put up. And then I finished Polar Bear Plunge. It's the first pattern in Polar Bear Plunge, and it's by Hands On Design. And this is called Polar Bear Peak, this one. And I believe there's going to be 12 different pieces, and they're all, some of the proceeds are going to go to Special Olympics. And the last, I don't remember what the last one is, but the last pattern, which is not out yet, these 3 are out. There's 3 of them. I don't know what I did with the other, but anyway, there's 3 of these, and it's like a walrus. And then the next 3 are out, and then the very last one, all the proceeds will go to Special Olympics. So that was something that Kathy Haberman did through Hands On Design. So that's fun. I got that. I love the fabric. Look, it looks like snow.
Looks like a snow globe.
Yeah. So I got that one done, and I'm putting it.
He's crawling out of the snow globe. That's what's happening.
Oh, here, see, I don't know what I'm doing. Here's the next one, Wally the Walrus. Is there one? Is there another one? Or that's the
I'm
chart.
a walrus.
You want to do a walrus?
He's so cute.
He is
Look
cute.
how long his teeth are.
I know, I love it. It's tusks.
Well, hello
Tusks.
there is the 3rd one in the series.
He's cute too.
Yep, I like them. And these guys are going to go on Chantel's 141 Design Company. They're going to go on these, and I just put a coat of paint on them. They aren't finished yet, but they're going to go like this. What? No, not yet. This is, I don't need a stand yet, but that'll go on there like something like that. I had to get some pieces and parts. So that's almost finished. So I had some really finished and some finished. Okay, what's next? Oh, we are going to talk about this one. This is Grandma Ginger's Tussie Mussy. Okay, you guys, this is absolutely gorgeous. It's not finished, and it's called Carrie's Tussie Mussy from Granny's Legacy. And it is absolutely gorgeous. She just had it back here showing to me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. She does a real nice job. She's one of our employees, and she does a nice job on. We'll applique. And I believe this is a kit, and we have it out in the shop. Okay, I'm going to show you something that Allie's doing. She's going to have to do a start over. It's Tiny Modernist Autumn Bell Pull. I gave her a piece of fabric the other day and the pattern and the floss to do it, and I didn't give her a big enough piece of fabric, so she's going to start over.
It's fine.
But this is, yes, she just started on the border, but we're going to put it on this. And this is, oh, nutso. I think it's 28 count. Do you remember what the name of it is? I threw the tick.
Count. It's 32 count.
Something gray.
Smoky something.
Yep, and we have a bunch of it, but she's going to put it on this. So we've got that she's going to take home with her today, my temporary employee. And this is one of my kitted up things. I think I showed this to you a long time ago. This, I don't have any idea. It came in a box of embroidery stuff. I love the United States, and this is the flowers of the United States. But it's not finished.
What state's left?
Well, it's not the States, it's down here. They have these compass points. See how the compass points aren't finished?
How long has it been sitting like that?
Well, I don't know. How old is this? I have no idea. So, I'm going to show you guys. I found this floss the other day. I think it'll work. And all it is just a straight stitch. So, it's not going to be that big a deal. And I'm just going to finish those parts. Up here, there's 3 different sections, and then I bought a frame yesterday at Hobby Lobby. I think it'll fit in. It's an old rustic barn frame. So what do you think?
That's awesome.
So I'll get it blocked and everything. And it was a pillowcase, it looks like, but I took it apart. I cut some other stuff off, but I took it apart yesterday so that I could get to the embroidery part. But look how funny that is. I tried to trim off some of the extendo flosses because those show through terribly. But it might have been, I don't know, somebody in the 60s maybe? Maybe somebody learning to embroider did that.
Yeah. Oh, so
I didn't do this.
You
This
didn't
is
do
no.
it.
It came.
You found
I
it,
found this.
and then they.
Yeah, I'm taking it apart and keeping it.
And they didn't get the compass points done.
No, and that's why I think this will match pretty good.
That's incredible.
I'm gonna try to have this done by our next Flosstube because I love vintage.
So I got a new thing. Maybe we should sign our work when we start it,
Yes.
not when we finish
Yes.
it, because
My mother would never have allowed me not to finish this. If it had been me, I'd been.
say you're working on something, and then later, 100 years from now, somebody else comes across it. They'll be like, who's this Lynn Burrow? And they do a little Google search
And they
or
say,
whatever.
oh, that's her. Oh.
I mean, how cool would that
Well,
be?
it's like me finishing my mom's crewel work. She had, just a couple inches down one
Yeah.
side to do. I knew who it was, but if somebody else had found it, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't
They
know.
wouldn't have known. So I'm saving that piece. And I went to Goodwill yesterday, and I always look for
Oh my gosh, you
stitcheries.
found that at Goodwill.
And it's
I'm
just a
jealous.
cute little. It says "Friendship warms the heart." It's done on a 14 count,
Oh wow,
and it's just cute.
that's precious.
And it was $1.99.
Did they sign it?
No.
Oh.
But I saved it. So
That's cool.
I'm going to put it someplace in my house. I got plenty of places to stick it, so I'm going to do that.
Plenty of places to stash.
Yep, I got
Stash
plenty
and
of places
store.
to put it. Oh, sorry. Now, here's another thing I'm just kidding up. This is my pip. We have pips. What's it called?
Pips.
Projects and process. What are they called for the shop? Or is it PIPs?
Yep. Projects and process.
Okay, and it's a monthly thing we do at the shop with everybody that wants to participate. But this is what I'm going to do
And our
next.
wonderful employer pays us to finish
Yeah,
projects that we
projects.
started a long time ago that we haven't finished.
It's a good way to get samples done for
It's
the shop.
awesome.
Yeah, but this is from a button club that I did several years ago with just another button company, and it's called Bloom Button Applique Pillow. And it comes with the pattern.
I remember when you got that.
It comes with the buttons. Look at these fun buttons. Hey, I need a button for the top of my pincushion I just showed you. I might have to use one of these. But it comes with all these buttons. I have to put the fabric with it, but I've got scraps.
Okay, you should put a horse button.
No, I'm not putting a horse button. I need it. It says to put a button right there on top of our pincushion, so I'll have to. Those, yeah. See?
Put a bunny button.
I don't
a button
have
with bunnies.
Where would you find it? Do you have a bunny button?
I mean, I don't, but you know this thing called Etsy that you seem to
Oh,
like.
I know. You know, I don't think of Etsy too often. But anyway, this is kitted up. I'm going to try to get this started so I can have it for our June pip at the end of the month.
Let me step over here and talk to your daughter. Hey, Allie,
Yes, sir.
your mom needs a bunny button for the top of her pincushion.
Okay.
I think he wants you to get. I
Well,
think
look
he
at
wants
the
you to
look
get
at the
on
pincushion and get her a
Etsy.
really cute bunny.
Okay.
Yeah, you get right after that. Okay, we're going to talk about Gather Round. It's a new, well, it's not new. It started this spring, but it's from Hands On Design. And it, well, it's somewhere. Here's the 3 that I've been working on. I have this one finished, and I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. And here's it. Oh, I've got magnets everywhere, but there's this one. And they're going to hang on this magnetic, what are these things called? Gosh, you guys.
I know what they're called when
I
they're
got
like
button, magnets.
when they're little flags.
What are they called?
Let's say you take flags and you scroll them
yeah,
across
you do like
the
this.
thing.
Whatever this is called.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
How
I'm in a
come Allie's
club.
not telling us?
I'm not listening.
Anyway, what's it called? Darn. Anyway, you get the 3.
Where's Kathy?
Oh, piffle.
Flags that are tiny little flags that you put on.
Bunting.
Bunting. There
Bunting.
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoo, boy, I'm worn out now.
We were struggling.
Okay, we got to take a break now, I think. No, I'm
How many
kidding.
brains does it take?
Takes more than
That was 3.
Okay, anyway.
4.
The club I'm in, you get the 3 patterns, you get all the finishing, you get the magnetic, you get 1 set of magnetic buntings, because each time you get a new set of patterns, it's a new season. So this is kind of summer, spring maybe, I'm not sure. It says Gather Wildflowers is what this one will be, and I have to show you. And here's, so I finished this one. It came with the rickrack, it came with the finishing board, and you have a little magnet that you stick your, this is metal, so you stick your little design onto the magnet. And I just about have this one finished. And it's 1/1 on this, down on the words, it's 1/1. That's kind of tedious.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, it's not bad if you've got good lighting.
Oh.
I just ordered.
Can you cheat and do embroidery? Instead
I
of
guess,
cross
yeah,
stitch,
you can
just
cheat. But
do-
since it's going to be a sample for the shop, I can't cheat. Samples we like to be made just like the patterns. But anyway, no, I don't remember what I was going to say. I just have the wildflower to finish and a couple of little things right here, and then this one will be done, and I can go ahead and put it up. Now the 3rd one is a little cabin. It's like a little house with some flowers and a garden.
So if you get out your United States of America map,
I can use that.
What flower is that?
I don't know. Is it a tulip? It kind of looks like a tulip. I don't know.
Yeah, it does look like a tulip.
I don't know what it is.
We'll go with the tulip.
So, and then next time, I want to show you my next time ones. I thought I had them. I was trying to be organized this morning, and I don't think it worked. Gather Wildflowers. Oh, I can show you this piece. This is the second series I got, second set of this series. So is it say Gather Butterflies? Is that what that middle one says?
Gather horses.
No, that's not what it says.
Gather butterflies.
So that's the one I'll be starting after I finish the little house.
Oh, look, there's a butterfly house. Have you been to
I have.
state,
Yes.
whatever it's called, where they got the
Where
butterfly
the butterflies?
house.
Yes. Cappy's got a thing for butterflies, so we got to go visit one time. It's like she likes Frank Lloyd Wright houses.
Uh-huh.
Every time we're someplace traveling and we see Frank Lloyd Wright, we get to stop.
She probably has an app that tells her where all the
She has
Frank
a book, 'cause
Lloyd
I
Wright
gave her a book
houses
for her
are.
birthday one time that was Frank Lloyd Wright houses. It's like,
So when you guys are going to where you're going for your thing that you're going to do,
don't tell her if there's any Frank. I think there is one though. There might be one in Lafayette. I don't know. Okay, now we're going to talk about whips. You know, those whips that I'm not real fond of. But I have several this time. I'm still trying to finish up some of the ones that I've been working on. Oh my gosh, I just found it.
what?
This is Gather Butterflies. I haven't
Oh.
finished. I haven't started yet. This is one I kitted up. Yeah, see, listen. Butterfly?
Butterfly?
Butterfly? Never mind, that's the one I just kitted up. Whatever. Cappy's bothering me in the background. Okay. Lady Halloween.
Oh, look at your witch.
Yep, I worked on it a lot last night.
Your witch.
My husband's in Florida. I don't know what he's doing actually. He comes home tomorrow. But here, I worked on this motif right here last night. Finished up the square part. Started working on these upper flowers. So it's coming
I wonder
along.
how the other people are doing that are doing this.
I don't know. I keep saying Patrick, and he hasn't shown me what he's been doing. He needs to send me a picture of how he's doing. So that I'm going to work real hard on trying to get it done before Halloween. That's a funny one. Okay. Then I got my beads for this. I don't remember if I've ever shown this whip. This is from Lavender Wings, and it's on Casual Mystic Gray. I did actually wrote that on something. Okay, I am working on this needle roll. Gosh, I couldn't think of what the name of it was. Needle roll, and I was waiting on some beads from Mill Hill. We got those in the other day. So those are the beads that all those hearts and things have got beads. All this down through here has beads. So here's what I have so far. And I'm going to make a needle roll. And somebody had asked about needle rolls, about how you finish them. They're not hard to do. You have to do a little heart hanger on them. But
Hey, you got that from that there shop in Zionsville.
persnickety. Actually, I think Dawn might have given it to me. I don't remember. Yeah, persnickety's got a lot of... Have you been into persnickety lately, Allie?
No, ma'am.
Allie lives in Zionsville, and that's where Persnickety Stitchers is. But she's busy. She's in law school.
Free stuff from here, so.
Yeah, she gets free stuff from here. Why would she pay for it? But she's in law school, so she's got a lot going on, so she doesn't have time for that. Okay, I've been working on... Oh, I can't do that. I've been working on Jim Shore's Mill Hill Winter Wishes Santa. I have more of him done. I started on the wreath, finished some parts of his glove, and as soon as I get all the embroidery stitching done, then I'll start on the beading. I've tried to do both in the past where you do a little bit of that, then the beads get in the way, so I'm going to wait till I get all my floss done, then I'll finish on that. So I've worked on it some. Has everybody got a Sticky Bob? Sticky Bob?
Sticky Bill. Sticky
Is it
Bill.
Sticky Bill?
It used to be Sticky Bob,
Oh,
but
that's
now
right.
it's a Sticky Bill.
If you guys got Sticky Bill, this is where I put my beads. This has got tacky stuff right there. So you put your beads on there, and then you can sort them out, and would you stop? You're wasting my sticky stuff. Oh my gosh. So we have tacky bills here in the shop, and it's just like a CD case with smaller, but a little CD case with where you can keep your beads safe. I've tried to use like bead grabber, bead nabber, bead something, but it doesn't work as well.
Oh, the one that has
That's a little
the
thimble
mat
leaf
that's
thing.
blue and it's got like
Yeah, I
different
don't-
little tiny squares in it.
Yep, it doesn't work.
It's like a mini waffle.
Here's Heart and Hand Perfect Pumpkin, and I've worked on it some.
Oh, Needle Fever.
Oh, I like Needle Fever back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes I started on another pumpkin. I got some more of the words done. I started over here. This has got a specialty stitch on this pumpkin. It's, I can't remember what it is. I think
Square
it's,
knots?
no, it's, I'll tell you here in a minute. Smyrna Cross. So I finished some more words and did some Smyrna cross, but I have to be in the right mood to do that Smyrna
Yeah.
cross thing.
That is tone on tone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's pretty. It'll be done. Now this is a retired, I checked with Heart and Hand, and this is a retired chart. You can get it on the secondary market. So that's that. Teresa Kogut. I like a joyful heart. Here. I took this with me when I went down to see your sister-in-law. This is a
Oh yeah. How's
Yeah.
my sister-in-law doing?
She's good. This is A Joyful Heart by Teresa Kogut. It's one of her Patreon Tier 4 charts. And I've got about half of it done. I got quite a bit done over
Hey, that was
Memorial
nice.
Weekend. Yeah, Memorial Weekend. So I'm just about half done. I like Teresa Kogut stuff, but boy, it's a lot of stitching. But I'm in the Patreon 4, and you can join that, and each month then you get downloads for new patterns, and probably by this time next year, these same patterns will be for sale to the general public. So she does a nice chart, though. Okay, and then I have two more that I wasn't supposed to kit things up, was I?
I don't know, but if you know anybody that sews, I wouldn't be mad if they made you a project bag made out of that Teresa Kogut fabric we have
Why
for your Teresa
you ever
Kogut
made-
cross stitch.
Have you ever made a project bag, Peter? They're very easy.
No, but
made
I'm
'em.
saying if you know anybody.
If I know anybody,
you should,
do I know
yeah,
anybody?
you should have them make one
This
for
one
you.
is from Sherry Sweet, So Sweet. And this is Kathy Holden's fabric. And I like the vinyl on the front. So
I
can
like the
see
vinyl
through it.
on the front. Huge fan.
Yeah, and fun little,
You gotta
zipper.
you have to have vinyl on the front.
yeah, I mean, some of them don't like this. This next one
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's like what's in there? I don't know.
Yeah, but this is a shepherd's bush pattern that I bought. I need Nancy on some of these things because I can't ever remember. But this is the pattern, and it came with the fabric, the beads, the ribbon, the needles, and this is Goodness and Grace. But there were 6 patterns in this particular series that I got a hold of.
I want to live in Shepherd's Bush's world because all of her cross stitches have these wonderful sheep and birds.
Yep. And she's also, do you see the little sheep button?
I want to see her sketchbook. Yeah, I do.
And I don't
And a
see
little-
buttons
and a
in
little-
there.
Whatever that
That-
thing is.
Violet, maybe?
Yeah, violet.
So
Oh,
that
there's
is,
a black sheep. Look, there's a little
that's
black.
you,
And there's
and
a
a
black
crow.
sheep and a blackbird.
Yep,
They're conspiring. They're conspiring against the others.
you're the black sheep, right?
I'm the black sheep.
So that's kitted up and ready. I'm going to start that as soon as I finish another project. As soon as, if I gather wildflowers finished, I will start on that. But I'm not starting anything until I get something finished.
We'll have to take a short intermission when you get to those patterns because I saw
Okay.
how many patterns you got.
So you need
all
to-
the new stuff.
This is one from, oh, shooty. I can't show you the kit. But anyway, this is new JBW Lena's Pin Keep pillow.
Oh, I like that one. when
Judy
I saw it.
Whitman, and it's brand new from Market. But I got it out because it's got everything with it too. It's got a piece of velveteen and the floss, and
Look at that hand-dyed velvet.
isn't it beautiful? That's probably Lady.
Hand-dyed ribbon, hand-dyed rickrack.
Yep. So that's going to be one of the ones I start whenever I get something finished. So, I think that's all except for the new patterns. Do you want to stage? We're going to have a station break.
Station break. Stay tuned.
Yep, go get your chip. Okay, we are back from our station break. Peter and I both needed a bite of chocolate chip cookie and a drink of tea. We went yesterday, or Paige went, I gave her some money, and Paige went over to McDonald's, which is right across our parking lot, and bought cookies that are about this big around, and they were still warm out of the oven. Oh my gosh. Well, there's still some left, so I put some in the microwave. I have a tip for you that I was just telling the people here in my peanut gallery. I got a big old thing of spaghetti sauce on my white pants the other night, and I thought, well, that's just great, right where you can see it. So I looked online, and it said take Dawn dishwashing soap and an ice cube. and scrub it really, just scrub, and it fades it a lot. And then it said, soak it in white vinegar and wash it like you would normally. And you can't hardly see it now. So I was real excited. It's not these particular white pants I'd show you, but it's not. Anyway, so that's our tip for the day. If you've got spaghetti sauce or ketchup on your white pants, you can fix them. Okay, Peter, are we ready? I have the pattern for the embroidery that I was showing you earlier that I had kitted up. Here's what it's going to look like, the bunting that we were talking about. So there's several that are embroidery, then there's a couple of appliques, and some of us in the shop are going to each take one and do it, and so we can get this sample out. So that's what the pattern looks like. And we do have this pattern available, so there's that. Now, here we go. We have a lot, because it's been 3 weeks, we have a lot of patterns. We just got in the new Stitching with the Housewives. There's strawberry jam. I had homemade blackberry jam this morning for breakfast.
Did you get any seeds stuck in your teeth?
I did.
Are they still there?
No, I brushed my teeth. So there's strawberry jam. Here is, what's that say? Adorables, patriotic pear.
I thought it said 200 rebels.
No, it says adorables.
Rabbles.
Here's a Santa one. Santa's Candy Cane Lane. Oh, it's the Seaside Tiny Town. I want that one. Okay, here is
Whoa.
Cottage Garden Samplings.
Look at that saddlebred horse.
The coach. Oh, look how pretty it is. The Coachman. It's the Snowman Collector Series number 7. Peter just stole the horse. Gosh. Okay, Heart and Hand. Now, this is important, you guys. It says embellishments included.
Did you see his... Okay, did you see how he's steering?
What's it with, a stick?
Yeah. The snowman is holding the reins with a stick. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it does have
Look at that
embellishments.
horse. That's an Arabian. Okay, not a saddlebred, an Arabian. That's Arabian.
My uncle raised Arabians.
Yeah.
Here is Heart and Hands Seaside Tiny Town. The tiny towns are a big deal right now on Flosstube. Several people are doing stitch-alongs with different ones, and one I heard it was any tiny town if you had a tiny town, and I had to see because it says right here, it says embellishments included, but I couldn't feel any, but it has these little tiny like pewter beads to go on something. I'm not sure what it goes on.
The bird's eyes?
I don't know.
I think they're bird's eyes.
Well, I'm
See,
looking
look
at
at
it.
that little
Oh,
dude's
those birds.
eyes.
See, that one doesn't have it. The pelican doesn't get eyes. Oh, look at the crab. He's got eyes.
He's dancing.
Yeah, and he's got little
He's
pewter
strutting
eyes.
his stuff.
So we have that one in. I might have to get that. That would look fun.
He is sidestepping.
Oh, you guys, I have my hands full with Peter. Here's Erica Michaels' Alpha Berries, which might be the 3rd in her line of berries. I'm not sure. She has several that are out. I love this. Erica Michaels, a mini sampler book put together with ribbon. I need to see if we've got all the pieces to make that. This is an Erica Michaels. It's kind of like a mystery charts. It's the first part of the ABCs, so it's A, B, C, D, E. And it's got 5 parts. And the second part is out. It's just on, I think it's on back order because I tried ordering it the other day. Okay, this is Country Garden Needleworks Music Hall from the Big City Christmas. Like that one. This one's funny. This is the Blue Flower Stitching Squirrels. That's funny, they both have stitcheries in their hands. Paws, I guess, not hands. I'm going to move all these. This is Lindy Stitches. I don't know which is the front. I think this might be the front. It's Black-Throated Gray Warbler. And this is what the stitching looks like.
Wow.
This is the May Red-Cheeked Cordon Bleu. This is the Lazuli Bunting.
Dang.
And
Somebody
he
got
looks
some
like
good
that.
photographs
Yeah,
from their
and
backyard.
then there's the stitchery. Chicken Club. This is part 4 of 12. Beatrice from It's So Emma. That would be a fun series to put in a kitchen. Like Virginia has a kitchen that has chickens in it, so that'd be cute in her kitchen. This is It's So Emma. Sweet Laurel. Looks like a needle roll of some sort. The Artsy Housewife Grace. There's a lot of pattern. Oh, look what she's done. She's used different colors of cross-stitch fabric. I've done that before. That's cool. That looks
cool.
kind of Native American. This.
It is. That looks nice.
That looks cool.
I like those colors. Turquoise.
Yep. Little
Cerulean.
House, Needleworks, Americana Petites. Those would be fun to stitch
Is that a
up.
tiny towel?
No, I don't
If you
think
put
so.
those guys next to those
Maybe,
guys,
but
and
I
then
don't
put some
think
more of
so.
those guys next to those guys.
But it's
You can
chart
almost
number
make a
8
tiny
of
towel.
cross-stitch petites.
Remember that computer game where you built your own towns?
Yeah.
It was really
No,
The Sims.
The Sims. Did
That
you ever
was
do?
huge. That
I
was
know
so
I'm going to
popular.
be dating myself. Do you remember Leisure Suit Larry?
Yep. Yep.
We used to play that.
That
at
was
work.
back when AOL was you got the AOL disc.
Yeah. Oh.
Has AOL.
I still
No.
have AOL.
Whatever.
Jeez.
I do.
I believe you.
Okay, pay attention, you guys. Shakespeare's Peddler painted. What's that say? Painted flowers. I thought it said painted houses, but those are not houses. That's pretty. On that gray fabric's nice. Shannon Christine to fruit salad. That's on black. I'm not going to do black. That is.
It's hard to see. It looked good on white.
I do 40 count before I do another black one.
Look good on white. Oh, you know what that would look good on? That would look good on that checkered, that light and tan
Yes.
checkered.
Yes.
Look phenomenal.
Plum Street. What did you say, Allie?
Why don't you like doing black?
It's hard. It's hard on my eyes.
It's hard to see. It absorbs all light.
I see.
I have to put on white pants or a white towel on my lap to do black.
So you're just old.
Yeah, that pretty much.
Okay.
Plum Street Samplers Sophie Sheep. This was a special order for my friend Pat, and we got some extras in. I love
The
her.
Bee Queen.
Tiny Modernist, the Bee Queen. That is so. I love that.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, Tiny Modernist, but it looks very Teresa Kogut-ish. This looks like Teresa Kogut kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
very
but Teresa
reminiscent.
Kogut would use those colors.
I just love that. Ugh.
I do too.
Okay, there we finally got this, and it's Mary Valentine's handwork. It's by Brenda Gervais. It's an old pattern, but I had made this one for a sample last summer.
I remember that. Is
And
that
we
in your
finally-
office?
It's not now. It's out. It should be out front, or
Oh.
it will be if it's not already. But that I did that as a sample, and it's got all these patterns in it, so you get it's a good deal. I love this one, Redbird sampler from Brenda Gervais. It's very pretty. And then I'm going to move these off of our stand because we have a whole bunch of Mill Hill. Now you guys got to try Mill Hill. Let me see. These are Autumn Series. Wanda's Clothesline. Oh, that's funny. And then Spotted Cow. I don't know what that has to do with fall, but whatever. But like I said in the past, these come with all the beads, the needles, the floss, the pattern, the perforated paper. Okay, here's 2 more autumns.
You know what one of my favorite things about the Indiana State Fair is?
What?
You go over to the cows, and they have a little playpen, and that's where they keep the calves. And you can go inside the pen.
Pens and play with the
hang
calves?
out with the calves. And they have all the different like breeds.
Do you get to feed them?
You can bottle feed them.
We used to get calves when they were 2 or 3 days old and bottle feed them till they were old enough to, and then we butchered them. Okay, Hello Autumn is over here with the boots and the umbrella, and this is Hayride. We had a hayride at our house last year.
Oh, I went on a hayride the other day.
Did you?
Of course, I was.
You were baling hay.
I was baling the hay. And
Yeah.
It was a really long hayride.
And that was a hot and dusty one.
Oh man.
Okay, so
Okay,
2 more. Into
those-
the Woods.
Those guys looks like they're having fun.
Yep. I like black kitty cats. And Haunted Cottage.
This is gonna look amazing because I love the shading of that orange.
Yeah, it looks
where
like it's lit up.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty. So there's that, and then we have some small ones.
Let's go back to this one, though.
Okay, walk back to this one.
Because anybody watching in the Peter Made Me Do It stitch along, this would be a good one to go ahead and do.
Do we have
get
a
it.
Peter Made Me Do It stitch along?
We do. This series right here, the cottage garden.
Yeah.
One of my recruits is working on the first one where, you know the snowman with the sweater?
Yeah.
She's doing that one, and that's part of the Peter Made Me Do It series.
You're goofy.
Well, you know.
How did the stitching group go last week?
I was off.
You were off? Wow, slacker.
Slacking.
Autumn Harvest Collection. These are tiny ones. Turkey owl. I never heard of a turkey owl. And a school mouse. And those are cute little fun ornaments with everything included. So anybody gets, that'd be a nice one, nice size to start with if you've never tried these before. Here's Graveyard Pumpkin, and here's your cat again. Looks like Frankencat, or no, not Frankencat, the Dracula cat.
Vampire kitty?
Bat cat. That's funny because he's got fangs.
How do we know it's a bat cat and not a cat bat?
Boy, you guys, I'm telling you, it's a tough life around here. Pumpkin bouquet. Oh, that's a nice one. And then a pet spider. I had a pet spider.
Spider on a leash.
Allie, do you remember my pet spider in the basement?
Nope.
You don't? You were there.
Okay.
It was a wolf spider, and one of the boys stepped on it.
I'm sorry.
It were her friends that stepped on my spider. It was so sad. And they got in trouble. Okay, so you guys, I hope you've had a wonderful couple of weeks. We'll be back in hopefully 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
2 to 4.
2 to 4, whatever, you know. Stitch what you want. Stitch when you want.
How you want.
Yeah, how you want, whatever
On what you want.
If you
With what you want.
have any questions, call the shop. If you want any patterns you saw today, give the shop a call. We have a personal shopper. Our phone number is 317-776-4227, and I hope everybody has a wonderful couple of weeks left in June. That makes me crazy. But have a great couple of weeks. Love you, bye.